This is the appendix of the video. It will be available at the start of every video explaining how to work. So if you already saw it, you can basically skip it. So just introduction, this video is, so all of the videos are separated in 3 different categories. The first one is basics. So the basics, I'll be teaching some basics QA knowledge that I can share. So anyone that is an introduction in their area is just joining the QA area. We have a knowledge and understanding about what it is, how to expect, how to be a good QA, and some tips. So yeah, that is the one. All the categories will be 1, 2, and 3. The second one will be a high level, so it would be more some complex topics be talking about. So anyone that is interested in some dive a little bit deeper in the QA knowledge. So I'll be sharing some thoughts on that. And 3 is just a reflexive some thinkings about what is happening, some enterprise, some scenarios that happens in real life my company had went through, and some others that I went through while working as a QA or as a teacher. And I'll be sharing what I learned, what I can take out from that. So it's more a discussion than a teaching lesson. So I can be wrong in all of the 3 topics, so on all of the 3 categories. So anyone can share any thought would be welcome. So any critics, any good and bad reviews will also be a knowledge, because it's always good to learn. So yeah, enjoy it. The tier 2 video. Here we're going to talk a little bit about SQL, but not exactly SQL, not the introduction of SQL. We are going to be talking about database architecture, specifically about data vault architecture. So this is more a data engineering topic than a QA topic, but as a QA, you need to know how to QA basically anything. So if sometimes one day you land with some architecture called Data Vault and you don't know how to start working on it, here I am. I'm going to help you. So yeah, follow me. I'm going to flip the image because flip the screen because I think it's way better to explain this in a whiteboard. So yeah, let's go to that. Remembering this is a tier 2 video, so if you are a junior and you don't know what is an SQL, this is not the video. So yes, you will be really lost here. You have no idea what I'm going to be talking about. So yeah, go look for all the video talking about tier 1 SQL introduction or something like that. But no, this is a tier 2 video, data vault architecture. So let's go. So okay, data vault architecture. So data vault architecture is a database architecture that is the main goal of this architecture is be able to keep a history of the data and keep the data obviously well organized with occupying the least amount of storage space. This is done because data layer is have some different layers. The data vault architecture has some different layers. First, explaining about the first thing is the source layer. So the source layer is when you are handling with a massive amount of data. This layer is related to everything that is there. So everything that is like outside of the data vault is from the source layer. This can be like a data lake. This can be any kind of data warehouse, anything outside of the system. Then after this, we navigated to the staging layer. Here I add the staging layer, and then the data goes to raw vault layer, and in the raw vault we can have a couple of things here that I will be explaining just in a bit. I'll just add here, not naming everything yet, but yes, you guys will understand when I start to explain this. Okay, this is all for the business vault layer, for the raw layer. Then goes to the business vault layer. Oh boy, lack of space here. Yeah, it's missing some space for the business vault layer. And at the end goes to data marts layer. Okay, so how the data flows. So the data goes from the data warehouse, the source from staging layer Here in the staging layer, we'll have all the data information with everything, keeping the history of every change that is done, that will be available here. Also, the transformation, the proper type, the data type is also made here. So that is not always applicable. So sometimes some companies send the data through a source to a staging layer raw as possible, like name field as a string type, number as a string type. Is the package ready as a string type? So this is all. Some companies do this, and then goes to another layer that will do the proper assign to the data types. They know, like staging tool layer, but some others already do apply the data type to the staging layer. So this will keep the history of everything. Remembering, because this is all, because the data vault architecture, let me just explicitly mention. Oh, no, this is not what I wanted. Okay, I forgot what I was. Okay, got it now. So this is the data vault architecture. So the data vault architecture also price for the space occupied by the data. So this data here is like, this will be occupying space in the database. This will not, and this will not. Why? Because this is a table, and all of the other things here can be views of this table. So yes, some companies want to like write tables for everything. Some others just want to write views for everything, because a view does not occupy space in the storage, does not occupy storage space. So here is the mandatory storage space occupation in the staging layer. After that, all this data will go to the raw vault. Here in the raw vault, the data will be separated in some like different aspects. As an example, as I already explained it, data vault prices for storage and history. So here it's a hub. We have a hub, and it's an H. Yeah, here. It's a hub. The hubs will have some main information like the name of the person, the ID, just stick information that will not change. And the hub can be feeded. The hub can be related to a satellite table. This table will have some informations that also will keep history of everything. As an example, this hub is about a person that has a satellite for, I don't know, address. So this person can have a lot of different addresses. So if the address of this person change with time, the history of all past address for this person will be available in the satellite. Now, always the last data, the first data from the satellite will be the current data. So yeah, there's also satellites is being following by a timestamp column. So yeah, our columns with informations, and there is a timestamp. There will be the last modification. We'll show the last modification date. So if you want to see a specified information from a hub, if you just type select, I don't know, the ID tree from this hub, you will get only like one record. We'll be missing a lot of things, because hub is just a identifier for the group of data. You have the ID, the business key, the primary key, which also can be the ID. And yes, that is what is available in the hub. So if you want to know the address for that person, you need to do a select like everything from this hub, inner join or left join. I don't know how you work, how the architecture, how the person that is analyzing this architecture decided to. Sometimes a left join, sometimes an inner join, or just a join, which is the same thing. Inner join the satellite. So inner join the satellite. Order by timestamp decrease. So grab only the first, the last timestamp. So we'll grab the link, we'll grab the connection between this hub and this satellite. Only the latest, only where the timestamp is the latest. Then we have all the current data for this specified user, so the current address for this user. and you do not will throw some like trash data showing all the history, unless you want it. So if you wanted to see the whole history for this guy, you just want to do the other way around. Other way around. So select the satellite. Oh, select the satellite. Inner join or no, left join. Join this hub. Where the primary key for the hub on the primary key for the hub is the same for the satellite, and then you'll be listing all the address history for this user. This is an example is just for the address, but can be like history of anything, like t-shirt colors this user already wear. I don't know why you keep storing this kind of information, but who am I to judge? So yeah, I'm just here to teach and give some weird examples. The shoes name this guy has and the latest purchase, something like that. And yes, this is the relation between a hub and a satellite. So all the history, all the data that can change will be in a satellite. So yes, can have a lot of satellites linked to a hub. So it's not limited to one satellite. It's all based on the group of information you're handling. You don't want to present the t-shirt the user already wore, the last t-shirt the user were using, and keep a history of that. I don't know why, but you don't want to do that in the address satellite because the data is not related. So you go there and create another satellite for that and just store this information. Then we'll avoid your database will be more faster by doing that. And a hub can also have a link table. Yes, this is a link table. Will not fit in the space, but you guys get it. There's a link table. A link table is a table that will link one hub to another one. As an example of this, this is also a hub. An example here can be, okay, this hub is for person, and this hub is for product, as an example. And the link is the sale. So the person, the products. So we have a list of, to do a relation between these two hubs, you cannot do directly. You need to use a link table. The link table will have the ID for both of them and some other useful information. This is an example. This is not like, sometimes the sale can be this hub and the link can be something else, like the, I don't know, per specified purchase. So it's all based on the architecture. Can variable, but yeah, the main idea is that. So, and also this hub will have satellites, because if you have a hub that does not have a satellite, I don't think you need to have this hub. Maybe this hub can be part of another one. Oh, I was writing hub here. But yeah, it's a pretty primitive architecture. So yeah, you can have a hub without any satellite if you want it. If your architecture is set, oh, I need to have this hub, but I need to have no satellite linked to it. But yeah, the ideal is a hub link with satellites linked, and a link between a hub and the other is made by a link table or link view. This is mandatory. You need to have a link between a hub and the other. So yeah, you don't need to have n satellites linked to a hub, but you must have a link table between a hub and the other. So yeah, this will be the data. So this will add some complexity to the data vault itself. Will add complexity to your database because you need to work with joins. So you need to do like select something join that will be huge, your selects. But for storaging, data management is way better than just do a single line that database architecture, because yes, you understand that will become a mess. An extra plus if you are going to handle with history, data vault handle history with excellent way, but that will not be the case when you're doing just like default link table, default SQL tables. Yes, we have a lot of duplicated information. Yeah, that would not be good. So yeah, use data vault architecture for this scenario. Add complexity to SQL, but when you understand that, will be way easier to handle. After the raw vault, which is all this, we have the business vault. The business vault is the vault that what happens any transformation, so any math related things what happens in the here in the business vault. Here is when we will be applied any business rule. So here is the source, so you don't have control with that. Here is when you collect the data from source and assign some data types to it. And here is how you organize the data available in the staging. So yeah, here you have all the data organized already, so it's ready to be handled, it's ready to be transformed, it's ready to be applied the business rules your company has. So yes, it will happen on this layer. Oh boy, it's supposed to be an arrow. Yeah, it will happen on this layer. So yeah, this layer can also have like a lot of other tables related. I'm just creating one. This also search layer also can be like a bunch of 12 tables for search, because I don't know, this is for people, this is, I don't know, product, and yeah, this search layer has sales information, this other one has some sales information. This will go together to the link, will feed the link. So yeah, staging layer objective is to feed the raw vault layers. So yeah, this will feed this, so the information can be here, this can go to here. So yeah, this is the proper link. This is another satellite. So staging layer will feed all the tables from raw vault layer. The raw vault layer will let the data be ready to be handled, ready to be applied any business rule for the business vault layer. And yeah, this can have also, as I already explained it here, a lot of tables based on the architecture, based on the business rule of your company want. True. So yeah, it would be something like this. And at the end, all this information that has the business rule, has every transformation already applied, will send the data to the mart layer, the data mart. So the data mart layer, the objective of the data mart layer is let the data be ready to be exported. So PBI, as an example, is a reporting program, will grab the data from data mart. So PBI will not have access to any of this. So all of this is inside the architecture, is something internal for the company, and this is what PBI can see. So it's all the data already be available, like product related to the user and amount of sales, if the number is going up or the number is going down. It's all be available here and ready to be presented, ready to be collected and presented by a PBI as an example. Or any kind of other sources, or any kind of other outputs do you want it, because it says this right here. So yes, this whole mess you guys are seeing here are data vault. So yes, hope after this video you guys understand a little bit more how to QA something in a data vault, what should be in some place and what should not be in some other place. If you guys have any suggestions or any comments, just leave it down here. Yes, I don't have space to draw my salute, but oh, here, okay. If you guys want only for you mentoring, just send me an email. It's everything is on the description. If you have a company, you want some audit and want my company to handle this kind of situations, not this situation, because this is a data engineering slash QA work, but relation with some matters for company speed, team velocity, product itself, new product organization, and a lot of other things that you think can be analyzed and maybe improved, or some risk analysis for employees relation. Yes, send me an email and I can talk to my company to address the situation. So yes, that's it for it. So yeah, guys, bye. Oh, I just draw a leg from my puppet.